So let's get going. We're going to start with Howard. Hey, Howard, go ahead.
Aaron, hi. Katarina, hi. Howard Megdal with Forbes and the Nine newsletter. Congratulations on your big signing.
Thank you.
I was hoping you could, number one, take us through the decision to go with Leon, but also wondering whether there would have been a number that NWSL could have hit if NWSL had more salary flexibility that would have led to you playing in NWSL.
Um, yeah, I mean, I decided to, as some of you know, I decided to go pro last week. Um, and, that just kind of happened through a lot of conversations with my family and close ones. And I kind of just decided that, through the COVID uncertainty that I guess just presented to Stanford and Santa Clara County and, the restrictions that we were facing. And I just wanted to have consistent playing, especially ahead of the Olympics. And so, I am fresh out of college and I'm just looking for a new adventure. And, I think the best thing for me is just to experience a new culture and, just learn from the best in the world. And I know that in OL I'll have all the facilities, all the resources that I can get in order to become, the best player that I can be. And, I think spending 2.5 years there will really take me to the next level, I'm hoping. So, yeah. And in terms of a number, I don't think it's not anything about salaries, really. It's really just, like I said, I'm just fresh out of college. I'm just looking for something new, looking for a new experience, while I can, almost like taking a gap year. But obviously working, so, yeah.
And just if I could follow up briefly related to it, NWSL, obviously something on your radar, something you're hoping to do at some point down the line?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to play for the NWSL one day, and I know that will happen. I'm not sure necessarily when, but, obviously as an American, it is my dream to play where I reside, and so I'll definitely be coming back.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kat. Let's go to Jonathan Tannenwald. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Thanks, Aaron and Katarina. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I probably in some ways rather not harp on the same subject again. I'm sure there's lots of other things you'd like to talk about, but if you don't mind, you've talked about the ability to go play somewhere else, the experiences you're going to have, and I just wonder if you don't mind, sort of, was it a difficult decision to make the Lyon choice specifically, or was it something that was pretty straightforward? Thanks.
It was a difficult decision deciding to leave Stanford because, I love Stanford. It has my whole heart. And I really wanted to, just fight for another championship and just compete again with my teammates. But, unfortunately, because of COVID, things changed. And I didn't have that opportunity. And so it was very sad that I did not get to participate in my senior year, but at the same time, I know that I'm ready for the next level, and I just cannot wait to be challenged. And so I'd say that it was both hard and easy. And, I think going to Lyon would be completely new. I don't know how to speak French. I've taken one course, but so it will be a little bit tough, but I'm excited.
Thanks. Let's go to the Bay Area. Ann Killian, go ahead.
Hey, Katarina, Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle here. You've answered a couple of the questions I had, but I'm curious, as a brand new American citizen, how do you feel about what we're seeing going on in our country right now? You just made the choice to become an American recently, and it's a pretty profound time. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I am just even more grateful to be an American during this time because, especially during the election, I feel like I actually had the opportunity to make my voice heard, and that, like that just started with voting. And so I'm just so glad that I can actually, contribute to our democracy. And of course, it's absolutely incredibly sad, really, like what we're seeing, what has been happening throughout this whole year. But I think it's up to us, like how we, us as citizens, how we can just move the country forward, and like hopefully, with Joe Biden, just making a new change. And, like, it's like we the people, and so like it's really up to us to really contribute and get back to the great America that we are.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ann. Jeff Kassouf, go ahead.
Hey, Catarina, Jeff Kassouf with the Equalizer. You've just recently started training and hopefully soon playing, obviously, with the U.S. national team, who's been sort of top of the world for quite some time, and Lyon has been top of the club world for at least the past 5 years, obviously. I'm wondering, you've talked a little bit about the national team aspect of knowing that you wanted to be playing for the U.S. for a while now, but at what point did you start feeling that way, maybe about Lyon, or how, what point were you sort of aware that, or following their successes?
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit hard to not follow Lyon, just given that they almost win everything, like just like their 7 straight wins, I think. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But, I was just really looking for the next step to really challenge me. And, I think the training environment in which I'll be with the best players in the world, and even, like being here too, I get that. I'm just looking to have that every day. And I think, by doing that, I will hopefully, like become this great player that a lot of people expect me to be. And, I am very thankful for all the compliments and things like that, but at the same time, I have yet to play a professional game. And so I'm really just hoping that, I can just earn my spot in Lyon and in the national team. And so I'm just excited to get started.
Thank you.
Meg Linehan, go ahead.
Meg Linehan from The Athletic. Also, just as a heads up, I know a whole bunch of us on this chat were in Lyon in the summer of 2019 for the World Cup, but I do want to give you a tip that they are very into electric scooters over there, so just be ready for that.
Okay. Cool.
You haven't seen anything until you've seen Julie Foudy just like zooming around on a scooter, honestly. I am kind of curious though, like what is the appeal to moving to France right at the moment? Obviously, we are in the joy of unprecedented times with COVID-19, but 2.5 years will give you some time over in France. Like, is there a certain appeal to being over there? Is there a certain appeal to that league as well? Or is it, Champions League maybe as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that any player has probably grown up watching the Champions League. And so it has always been a dream of mine to play in it. And, I just know that Lyon is the best team in the world, and, that they're competitors. And I'm just hoping to take my game to a new level, and, like even become a better person too. I think, like experiencing a new culture, getting to see the world. That's really that's what I'm going for. And like I said, I think being in this environment every day where I'm playing against the best players in the world and training, even when I step here in the national team, I think that will really just challenge me to a point that, like, hey, I'm not going to be the best player on the field anymore. And that's what I want, that's how I can become a better player. And, I'm hoping that in 5 years or so, like you guys will see like, oh, wow, like that really helped, like that journey that she went on, like really helped her become the player that she is today and the person as well.
As a follow-up to that, I mean, obviously there was a lot of attention in terms of if you were going to declare for the NWSL draft, if you were going to consider Europe. How do you navigate maybe the tension of that pressure of like not necessarily wanting to be the best player on the field, but also having these kind of higher expectations that you can't control around your career?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. At the end of the day, it's like people can say whatever they want, but the only thing that I can really control is just my performance and how hard I work. And so, I'm sort of like relatively young, and by no means do I expect to, just like right out of the gate, like, oh yeah, she's gonna start for sure, like, or like gonna be this grand, like huge thing, like college is college, like professional is a completely different level. And so, like I said, I just need to almost like reinvent myself in the field and, just like become a sponge and learn as much as I can from all these great players around me. And so, yeah, I mean, of course there'll be pressure, but at the end of the day, I just have to keep my head down, keep working, and just be patient.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Kat. And I think she is not relatively young. She's young, from where I see. Sandra Herrera, go ahead. You there, Sandra?
Yeah.
There you are.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry, my mic decided to like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. Hi, Kat. Thanks so much for taking the time. Congratulations on your new contract with Lyon. Obviously, there's a lot that's made about that team, how they're the greatest in the world, and you've been discussing about playing with the best. I was wondering if maybe with so many of the internationals that they have on that team, have you been in communication with any of your future teammates? And who in particular are maybe you really looking forward to learning from and playing with?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough question because they're all amazing. I have talked to Ada, however, or Ada. Not sure how to really say her name. But yeah, I've hopped on a phone call with her actually a few weeks ago, and just she was telling me about Lyon, and we were just talking about how we want to become a really strong duo and just take the team to a new level. I think we're both just very excited to play with each other. She said how she's excited to, just play with a very smart player, which I was like, oh, wow, thank you. Just like very flattering to obviously hear from one of the best in the world. And I know that, in no time that she'll be back out there killing it. And I'm just, we're both just hoping to contribute to Lyon's success and hopefully win another Champions League. And,
Absolutely.
the other trophies as well.
Just to follow up really quickly, a lot is obviously made about the talent that is there with the players, and now you're added to that list. But it really is a lot about the resources as well, the facility and the training environments, and their investment. And that also includes within the NWSL. Obviously, they've got a stake within the American Domestic League with OL Reign. This is obviously getting into the weeds a little bit. You probably can't give an answer, but is pursuing something like a partnership with Lyon and maybe potentially getting back into the league something that you would like to do via that partnership with the Reign and Lyon?
I have not. I mean, I've thought about that, but like right now, I'm just kind of taking it one step at a time, and just like I signed with Lyon. And if they, if we think that it would be of mutual benefit to have me join OL Reign, then that would be great, of course. Like I said, I would love to play in the league. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it would come from necessarily that partnership, but will it happen one day? Yes, so, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Andrew.
Good luck.
All right, I can't not give Julie Foudy a question, or I would be in trouble. So, go ahead, Jules.
Okay. unmuted. Let me turn my video on. I don't have the sweet bow that Sarah Walsh has in her hair. I'm sorry. Kat,
Hello.
so excited for you.
I know, long time no
Congrats.
see. Thank you.
Congratulations. Great to see so many cards on this this series of calls. I don't know why they let Megan Rapinoe on, honestly, since she's on. My question is multiple. One, Paul Ratcliffe at Stanford has been so effusive about you as a player and a person for so many years, and your teammates as well, as I've heard them talk about. What did they say to you, and what did Paul specifically say to you? Because I know this was not an easy decision for you. And then two, the second part is, with you making this transition, and then you've been very transparent about it being a different level than college, what have you found to be the biggest challenge in this next step up now that you've been training with the national team?
Yeah, so question number one, my Paul and my teammates, they were very excited for me. They were very supportive. Obviously, I could see through the mask, I could see Paul's little eye tear up a little bit. But, you know, like, I think he was kind of aware, you know, that I need to do what's best for me, even though we would all love for me to stay at Stanford for however many years, but there needs to come an end, you know, to every great thing. And, you know, like Paul, we had a great run, and I already told him that I'll be back in the summer, so he doesn't need to miss me too much. But yeah, no, he was very supportive. My teammates were very supportive as well. They were so excited for me. You know, like every time, like, oh, make sure to send us pictures and things like that. And, you know, I already told my closest friends on the team that they need to come visit me, and, you know, just things like that. Yeah, I think everyone's very excited for me to go to this next level. Question two, I'd say, you know, just, I mean, first of all, the girls are just absolutely freaking amazing. They're just like beasts on the field, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, just like speed of play, their strength, really just physicality in general, their speed, how fast they think. It's just something that I know that I need to at least just really improve on. And it's a good thing, you know. I know that in college, I was doing relatively well. So I'm just excited, honestly, to be put, you know, just, I don't know, just kind of like have that underdog mentality, you know, and just really just go for it, you know, and like take it day by day and just trying to get better every day. So yeah, I mean, I just want to compete as much as I can. So yeah.
One quick follow, Heif, if you'll allow it. When you talk about, you know, controlling the things you can control, and I heard Sophie talking about that as well. I mean, the fact that this is in FIFA's hands, right? This timeline, and then on top of that, making the team being at a tighter roster. How much do you let that sink in, or even think about? And how much are you able to really shield yourself from that idea?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that it's definitely something in the back of my mind. You know, like I said, I want to compete as much as possible. And of course, at the end of the day, I want to make that roster. But, you know, I mean, I'm just so grateful to be here in the first place. It's taken so long. So to me, it's almost like brand new, if that makes sense, that I'm just taking it, you know, like day by day and just being like, okay, what can I do? Like, what are the little wins that I'm getting, if that makes sense. So it's definitely something that I use as a motivation to, you know, just trying to keep getting better, you know, whether that's whenever we have breaks on the team and whatnot. But, you know, I'm just learning as much as I can. I'm just trying to do the best that I can. And, you know, if it comes to Olympics time, if I make it, that's wonderful, of course. If not, then that's okay. I know that I have, you know, like many more years. So I'm not like too stressed about it.